Welcome back to Awesome Possum Hobbies and Gaming. This is Chris, and today we've got Mail Day. I got my most recent order from TCG Player and all of its affiliates. Let's check it out. In this episode of Awesome Possum Gaming, I want to go over what makes ordering Magic cards online a good experience and what takes away from it. So first thing I want to do is talk about this particular order I bought from TCG Player. Some of that order came in from direct, some of it came in from individual resellers. Now my personal preference is TCG Player. You know, I don't like paying the extra to have it all from direct, but of course, sometimes they have the best deal out there. Other people will go to other sources, such as Cloud Kingdom, Flipside Gaming. There's a bunch of them out there. A lot of them have pros and cons. Some of them are going to have better pricing than others. For me, I like going with TCG Player. They usually will stand behind every single sale. If a card's missing, you just let them know, and usually they'll give you a refund, or they'll just send out that one individual card, whatever seems to be what works best for you as the consumer. So one of the things I look for when I make a purchase is the packaging. This particular package, of course, is just a piece of, the thicker top loaders, the inside a plastic. This is my preference. I like it when it comes that way. And a bubble mailer is always nice, but it's not necessarily necessary. One of the things I hate is when it's just put in a card sleeve and then thrown in here without any paperwork. I personally like going through and getting detailed either receipt or catalog of all the cards that you've received. It's not necessarily every single group from TCG Player will send that out, and which is unfortunate. I think that whenever you receive something that you've purchased online, that it should include some kind of catalog of what is inside it and who it was from. This type of thing is not great. When I go through and look for online, it's not the same as what it was marked on the individual cards. So that's really a crapshoot. Sometimes I order, one of each, four of the same card from 3 different retailers, and that's can be confusing for me when I go through and make sure that I've received everything. Other thing that's cool about TCG Player when you order it direct is that you can go through and order from all of these different retailers that have all of their cards put into TCG Player's inventory, and then it'll tell you how much you spend and what kind of quantities you get from each one of those customers. And then when you go through and keep going, they will tell you the quantities, the individual cards with the number and the set on the side. Of course, you don't really need to know the bin numbers information. That's great for whoever's pulling that the cards from their massive inventory to send out. And then, of course, for this particular day, today is December 6th, I've ordered a ton of cards from the last Caverns of Ixalan and the last Caverns of Ixalan Commander set, as well as the new Lord of the Rings holiday set, as well as some other cards from various other Magic sets in the past. Right now, I'm working on both standard decks as well as creating new Commander, as well as upgrading other Commander decks. So what cards did I get in this particular order? I want to go through what I got from TCG Player to start with, and then we'll go through the remainder of the balance here afterwards. So to start off, Intrepid Paleontologist. I'm building a dinosaur deck for my GM, my every other week Dungeons and Dragon game, and this guy's pretty good for a dinosaur deck. I'm also building a Merfolk blue-green Merfolk Commander deck. Like Spelunker, Poetic Ingenuity for the dinosaur deck, and then I don't know if y'all have played against the Pugnacious Hammer Skull. This card is insane. A 6/6 for 3, and if you have It gets to untap every turn as normal as long as you control another dinosaur. You know, changelings count, dinosaurs count. If you're playing a dinosaur deck, you're going to have probably 20 to 30 dinosaurs in the deck. Makes it very easy for a 6/6 for 3 to untap. Queen's Bay Paladin for my black, white, red commander, vampire commander deck. The Everflowing Well. I don't know what deck that's going to go in yet, but it's going to go in something. The Throne of the Grim Captain, which is going to be for I'm going to build a standard deck around this. Bygone Marvels. Clavellino, First of the Blessed, which is going to go in my vampire deck. Deeproot Historian, which is going to go in the Merfolk deck. Don Andres, the Renegade. I don't know what that's going to go in yet, but we'll see. Dusk Legion Sergeant, Orlando's Hierophant. Those are definitely going to go in my new vampire deck. Gem Cutter Buccaneer. That one's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's going to go in my equipment deck, a pirate, if I'm going to build a pirate deck or what. King Narfi's Betrayal, which this card's pretty interesting. I'm going to end up building another commander deck, a blue black deck, which is going to be all about taking and casting my opponent's cards. Mist Dancer, which is going to be going in the Merfolk deck. Order of the Sacred Desk, which is going to go in the vampire deck. Or Rich Stalactite, which is definitely going to go in my mono red deck, or possibly in a red-blue instance and sorcery deck, though the second part's all about the red part. But we'll see. Tezlin known champion, not sure yet. The Grim Captain's Locker. This card's pretty cool. It allows you to deal with a lot of things from your graveyard. So I'm going to be putting this in my one for my black-green Graveyard Matters deck, and then one for my black-green-blue Graveyard Matters deck. Topographic Tracker, which is going to be going in my Merfolk deck. Wave Goodbye. That's going to go in my Atraxa deck. It's because I'm all about putting +1/+1 counters on my own things, and it gets out of hand. Tributary Instructor in the Merfolk deck. Save Your Sal Infested Captain, which is going to go in my, possibly go in my Atraxa deck. We'll see. Singer of Swift Rivers, which is going to go in the Merfolk deck. Progenitor's Icon. I don't know about that one. It'll be interesting. Promise of Alcazalts, which is going to be going in my Sanguine Evangelist, which is definitely going to go in my vampire deck. Emerald Brass Unsinkable. I don't know about that one yet. Lines Aglow. Trezalone Clock Tower. Hero's Pendulum, which is out of the Doctor Who set. Firewake Sliver, which sooner or later I'll be building a sliver deck for one of my buddies. Dearly Departed. Scatter Groves. Kate Stewart, which I'll be building a deck around her, specifically having to do with the new calendar. Storm Clown Artist. Love Song Night and Day. Kaho Minimo Historian, which is going to go in my Wizard deck. Gatewatch Beacon. Faithless Looting. Bloodspore Thyranx. Sunsteep Citadel. Rally the Gilderm. Fell Beast of Mordor. Denethor Stoneseer. Call Forth the Tempest. That card's interesting for three red, 5 colorless sorcery. Cascade. Call Forth the Tempest deals damage equal to each creature your opponent controls, equal to the mana value of other spells you've cast this turn. So it's interesting. It's all about casting a lot of spells and then casting the big 8 cost, and hopefully you get to cascade into something big. Baragon of the Guard. Assembled the Entmoot. Arbor Alliance. This one's a lot darker. It's interesting. Andril Nassar Reforged, which is going to go in my Atraxa deck. Another Rich Stalactite. Those are all what I got from my TCG Player Direct. So that leads me into the next part. I buy primarily singles online because buying packs, I open some on my channel, but I try to only buy 2 or 3 boxes of a given set, and then that's usually going to give you 1 to 2 of each rare / mythic, which is not enough to be able to play most games as standard. And then on top of that, I don't buy many of the specialty sets, and the reason why is because of the fact that usually the price point per pack is so much more. So buying singles, you're going to get a better variety of cards. Like this pile of cards was about $50. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's a ton of rares to be able to get for $50. If you're usually going to go through and buy regular packs, those same cards, and most of these are going to be, I bought specifically the full art because I like that style a lot better. If you're going to be buying cards that have packs, are going to be able to have those. Usually those are going to be collector packs. Collector packs are insanely expensive. They're $25 right now. They're going to go up to $30 with the new Markov set. That's ridiculous. So I like to spend a lot less money and buy a lot of singles. So onto the cards I got from TCG Player. A lot of very small envelopes with 1 to 4 cards each. Here's the cards I got from the non-direct TCG Player. Souls of the Lost, which I can't wait to build a deck around that. Slicer Hired Muscle, which is going to go in one of my many red decks. Ramos Anchor, Icor Ancient Shield. Galadriel Light of Valinor, which is going to go in my Atraxa deck because this one's just crazy good. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, choose one that has been chosen this turn. You get 3 green mana, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature, or scry 2 and draw a card. That scry 2 and draw a card's so good. And then you're able to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control just by playing a card. So good. Courageous Resolve. Aragon Hornburg Hero, which is going to go in my 5-color deck. Elvish Harbinger, which is going to go in my elf deck. Reflecting Pool from the last one of the commander sets from last year. I like that foil full art. I think that's pretty cool for Reflecting Pool. War Room. This is from the Timely Wimely set from the Doctor Who from Universes Beyond. I think that card's pretty cool. This particular one's going to go in my Eldrazi deck. Transalore, Clock Tower, going to go in that fun little Kate Stewart deck. Rancor Morale, Biologist. I'm going to build that Sliver deck someday. Harsh Mercy. A couple Murmuring Bosks. I wish that would come out with a full art for that. Gandalf of the Secret Fire. Summon of Saruman, which is going to go in my soon-to-be blue-red commander deck. Scourge of the Thorn, which is going to go in my dragon deck. Orcish Siege Master. Luxnor, Captain Faramir, Stewart of Gondor. 4 copies of Extract from Darkness for messing with my opponent's deck. Lord of the Rings Commander Sphere, which I just love that card. That's cool. And then Lord of the Rings Command Tower. Well, I hope you all enjoyed seeing what I will open this week from my my mail order. This particular order probably cost me about $70. I think for $70, this is a lot of great cards for a decent price, and they all showed up within about 5 to 6 business days. For me, that kicks butt. Comes right to your door, and then, if you order it on a Friday, you're probably going to have it by the following Friday for your next Friday magic. So try it. If you haven't ordered online with TCG Player, check them out. They are not a sponsor of this show. I don't believe in in using companies that aren't very good, but TCG Player is fantastic. And, well, if you have any questions or comments about these cards or any of the other things that you see on my channel, please leave them in the comments below. Until next time, keep them rolling, and remember to like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day. And thank you for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to stay updated. Have a great day and keep them rolling.